Hey guys, this video is to discuss the 4 properties of equality. So the first property is the reflexive property, and it just means that anything, any number, any quantity is exactly equal to itself. So like 2 is equal to 2, right? X is equal to, not 2, X is equal to X, sorry, right? And then, something like 2X is equal to 2X. Something's exactly equal to itself. 2 plus 3 equals 2 plus 3, right? So that's what we're looking at when we say reflexive property. The next property is the symmetric property. Try to get zoomed in here. Maybe let's make it bigger, okay? So the symmetric property means that if something is, first quantity is equal to the second, then the second is equal to the first, right? So if A is equal to B, then B is equal to A, right? So that's pretty intuitive. If 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, then 5 is equal to 2 plus 3, okay? So that's the symmetric property. Next, zoom in again, is the transitive property, okay? So the transitive property is where we've got this whole, if one thing, right, if one quantity equals the second quantity, and a second quantity equals the third, then the first equals the third. So let's do something to make that make more sense. And we've talked about this a little. And so if A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. So this property basically just cuts out this middleman, right? We know that they're both equal to B. We know that A is equal to B, and we know that C is equal to B, so that means they're also equal to each other, okay? That's the transitive property. The last property we want to talk about is the substitution property, okay? And it just means that any value, like any quantity, can be substituted for itself in an expression. So like, if we had something like x equals 6, and then you had 2x, we could substitute and say that's 2 times 6, right? We can substitute values for themselves. Another way, if you had like 2 plus 3, right? We know that equals 5. But if you had 2 plus 3 plus 7, we could rewrite that substituting in 5 plus 7. Okay, so any quantity can be substituted for itself in an expression or an equation. So these are the 4 properties of equality. Get used to using them, recognize them. Just let's really take the time to learn these properties of equality.